Hi, I'm going to be reviewing maybe my favorite wine in the whole world. It's Burgundy, red Burgundy. This is from Louis Jadot in France, of course, and the grape is Pinot Noir by law, 100%. It's Beaune Clos de Couchereaux is the name of the place where it comes from. It doesn't say Pinot Noir anywhere on the bottle because they're not allowed to do that in most cases. It's really the place that takes precedence. So Beaune is the biggest city in the Côte de Beaune. And just to step back for a minute, we're talking about the Côte d'Or. That's divided into two places. In the north is the Côte de Nuits, named after Nuits Saint-Georges, the biggest city. And that is predominantly red wine, Pinot Noir, 90%. Gevrey Chambertin, Chambon-Musigny, Vougeot. These are the great long-lived Pinot Noirs of the Côte de Nuits. The Côte de Beaune, however, has a lot of white wines. The great Grand Crus, such as from the Montrachet vineyards, are most famous, but they also make around the city of Beaune just a ton of great, slightly less expensive and less long-lived, but still great red wines. I mean, Corton is a Grand Cru in the Côte de Beaune, famous, expensive, and long-lived. Around the city of Beaune, Louis Jadot, Maison Louis Jadot owns a lot of vineyards. That's the heart of their holdings. They're a negociant. So a negociant historically buys grapes from growers in the surrounding area and vinifies the wine and sells it. They also can own vineyards, and in this case, Louis Jadot owns plenty of vineyards, and I think has a great reputation among the negociants to make very good wine. Negociant as opposed to a domain. A domain is a small kind of mom and pop operation where they live upstairs and vinify the wine basically downstairs, classically, and tend their own vineyards. That's the definition of a domain. So this is 2019 vintage. I'm going to get on with this because I'm excited. I had this once before in the 18 vintage. I'm going to give it a smell. Oh, fantastic. These wines, okay, first of all, 2015, 16, 17, and 18, and 19 are warmer vintages. So the fruit is ripe. By ripe, I mean it's harvested at higher sugar levels, which translates into higher alcohol levels. This is 14% alcohol. It's a little higher than is normal, but these are new norms. These vintages are not necessarily outliers. They're kind of, there's a new definition for a classic vintage, and it's warmer temperatures and riper grapes. So what that means is that the grapes, the wines are just right in your face, very open, maybe lower acidity, but not necessarily. You typically get lower acidity in warmer vintages, but these wines, if harvested correctly, which Jadot does a great job. They have good acidity to support the concentration of fruit that you can get in warmer vintages. So gorgeous. Slightly chilled. It's in my car. I pulled it out, and it's a great temperature. You always want to err on the side of having the wine too cold rather than too warm. You can always, in a matter of seconds, warm up the wine and see what the nose does. Just gorgeous red fruit, cherries, raspberries. Let's give it a taste. Gorgeous. Very concentrated. A bit of tannin. What you get in the Côte de Beaune is, let's say, power. You get some tannins, and you get structure. There's a rugged, kind of a raw, juicy, intense concentration of fruit, and a lot on the palate. A lot. Very intense. You want to play with this wine, romance it a little bit, warm it up, aerate it. Whereas the Côte de Nuits, where you can pay, this is about $60 to $65, so it's a reflection of where things are going in the world with wine. That's what it is. That's what it costs to buy a 1er Cru. Côte has perfume and elegance and a fineness, and you pay easily $100 for 1er Cru these days from the Côte Côte Beaune is more of a value. As I said, you get the raspberry, very, I want to say aggressive, but we're still talking Burgundy, where you have really refined elegance. I think it's young. It is young. I thought it might show different, and it may open up with air, but this has got 10 years easily 10 years in the bottle. It's going to lose some of that ripe raspberry and that tartness and that tannin and become more silky and smooth and a little darker around the rim, and some of that intense ripe fruit's going to give way to maybe some decay and leather and spice, and really there's nothing wrong with the exuberance of a young wine. It's a great experience to taste the kind of youthfulness, but if you have the patience and the ability to wait 5 years or 10 years, it's going to be, an experience you'll never forget. Anyway, this is Clos de Couchereaux, $60 to $65, and Maison Louis Jadot in a Thai restaurant here. And look for it, enjoy it, leave any comments. Thank you.